Well, I thought this would be a fun, simple video where I just build a cool mechanical keyboard. Ends up, that's not how things went. Let's dig into it. So let's start off a few days ago when I was first building this board. Flashback to... Now, some of you might notice this looks a lot like my old set, and that's because we have a permanent set now. I'm building a B-roll station over there, a workshop over there. That's very exciting. And speaking of working on things, here we go. My first time building a mechanical keyboard. Now, I've been told this isn't the craziest setup in the world. I'm going to be building a better one later down the road with the help of Brian from Bad Seed Tech, but until then, I want to get myself some keycaps, do something that was better than my membrane keyboard I had upstairs. And I saw this keycap set on drop, this Kaiju keycap set. Now, I loved Godzilla as a kid, and I feel like this is going to be pretty sick. I mean, look at that. Come on. You kidding me? That's wicked. The drop alt aluminum bare bones, and I got Kale Speed silver switches. Now, I personally really like a keyboard that has a short actuation distance and a very easy key press. Now, my goal is I want to get O-rings for this also, and I want to make the actual key travel distance as short as possible to match the actuation distance of these switches. Hopefully I'll have a nice, quiet keyboard with really cool caps on it. So I'm gonna open these up and let's give it a shot. I have been moving all week and I can't find my knife. First thing is first, let's check out this keyboard. I am not a seasoned mechanical keyboard enthusiast. This is a new thing for me. When I first took the keyboard out of the box, I noticed some rattling when I would tip it around, and I figure, well, maybe it's just a loose screw or a weight or something like that. Man, this does feel nice though. Ooh, listen to that. I don't know if you can even hear that. It's so quiet. That's it, I guess. I guess they just pop right in. Okay. All right, top row done. I'm sure some people are going to say I need to lube my switches, and I know that. I'm going to wait until I get my O-rings in, and I'm just going to do it all at once. All right, I got 3 extra switches there. Now let's get into all of these. Oh man, that looks so cool. Gosh, where should I even start with this? Maybe just good old QWERTY here. All right, okay. I'm really starting to see why you guys like this. This is really satisfying. I had to pull a picture of this keyboard because I wasn't sure if this started with the tilde key or not. Maybe I'll use, okay, this will be the enter key. This will be backspace. Oh, that's very satisfying. Okay. All right, here we go. This is my first mechanical keyboard built. After assembling the keyboard and realizing that half the keys didn't do anything, I took it back down here, I took it apart, and found out that a lot of the hot swap plates on the back of this board were not soldered on. And it wasn't like 1 or 2, it was like half of them on this board. So when I plug in a key switch, I'm just not plugging it into anything. It ends up that this is a fairly common problem after looking on Reddit. And it wasn't like the solder pads were lifting or anything like that, they just straight up weren't connected. And it makes sense because after I fixed those, the rattling went away. This board doesn't make sound now when I tip it around. But I had to go through and resolder every single switch on this entire board because a lot of them didn't even have solder. Now, sorry, I'm not talking about the switches specifically, I'm talking about the actual hot swap plates that are on the back side of the PCB. The switches you can still pop in and out easily, but that's kind of ridiculous. Before this, I used a fairly inexpensive mechanical keyboard, a pre-built. It was about $30–40 on Amazon. I used it for close to 5 years, alongside an Apple keyboard. Now, I know a lot of people in mechanical keyboard enthusiast communities would not like either of those keyboards. I get it, they're both pretty cheap keyboards. But this is a $390 build that Drop did not send to me for free, by the way. I did actually buy this, and it didn't work. And not only did it not work, the quality control was pretty bad. Like, did no one actually check this board before sending it out, or they're just like, it's fine? Yeah, some guy back there probably heard it rattling and was like, you know what, not my problem. Either way, this shouldn't be happening. So while I do recommend these keycaps, I think they're really cool. While I do recommend these key switches, I do not recommend the drop alt bare bones keyboard. But for a recommendation of a keyboard you guys could actually buy that isn't hopefully going to have all of these problems, I'm going to ask my man Brian from Bad Seed Tech.
Yo, what up, man?
Hey, Brian. So I have a question for you. I have been working on this build video and I got a keyboard and it's just not up to quality control. And I would love to know from the man himself, what is a good 65% keyboard people could actually buy if they want to, get their own switches and everything else like I did, but something that's going to be better built than what I landed across?
I think the tough thing right now is it's just hard to find stuff in stock on a regular basis, like avoiding the group buy model and whatnot. There's not a lot out there. That's kind of the frontier that we're dealing with right now in the industry, is just being able to get your hands on some of this stuff or having it available pretty quick. Like the Mode 65 is absolutely exceptional right now. It's a little more expensive. I think for like just the base chassis price, I think you're looking at like $350. They tend to do a rolling group buy though, so you can get them like, I don't know, roughly every 90 days or so. If you're looking for something in stock in a 65, probably the thing I'd be paying attention to right now is the Keychron Q2, which I think they're going to announce. I think it's already announced, but I think they have a review embargo until sometime next week. But it's a really nice aluminum chassis. And one of the big things Keychron does that I like is they really take feedback from reviewers.
Okay.
And they implement that. And that's really not something you see out of a lot of manufacturers that have in-stock offers.
Right. Even in the audio world, that's something that I definitely have a big appreciation for. I
guess the first question, just like the audio hobby, is what's your budget?
Well, I spent around $400 on this keyboard, $390.
That's sizable. That is not that's not entry level by any means. Is that like the all-in price? That's caps?
Whole thing. Yeah. Caps, switches, board, all in.
Not bad.
Yeah.
As long as you're happy with what you got.
Fantastic. Brian, thank you so much, and I will send it back to me from the past.
Anytime, brother. Take care.
So, where does this leave us? Well, that was an interesting experience. The board does work now, so I am going to use it, but I don't recommend buying this specific board in the future. The keycap set is dope. It matches the rest of my setup, and I think I'm going to do a setup tour soon so you guys can see what all else I have going on around my rig. I have a workshop set up down here now, as well as the 3D printing station, so I have a lot more projects coming down the road with that. But the next two videos are one of my favorite amps on the planet and a headphone around $300 I've been neglecting to review, I've had for a long time, and I think is one of the best values to performance out there. And yeah, that says a lot for a $300 headphone that I really think can push up and compete with things in the $1,000 range. Leave your guesses in the comments as to what that is. But I think that's going to wrap this video up. I'll put out an update if I hear anything from Drop about the quality control of these boards. And that is it. My first mechanical keyboard build. Another one's going to happen in the future, and I'll do something even better. So guys, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please leave a like down below. Comment letting me know what you want to see in the future. If you want to get active in the community, you can at forum.hifiguides.com. And as always, don't forget to stick around and subscribe for more videos like this. Till the next one, guys. Peace.